Yes, I see you all joining. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Link Live with the Link Entertainment. My name is Leah Selena, and I am your host for tonight. And we have a very, very special guest. We have none other than international hip-hop artist, Amillion the Poet. So I hope y'all are excited as I am, because I'm ready for this interview, okay? He has a lot of stuff going on, and I can't wait to hear all about it. If you guys have any questions, jot it down. Let me know in the comments. All right, I see him. Let me see. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
We in here. We in here.
We
Hold
in
on.
here. We live.
Hold on, we live.
We live.
We live for real. I'm literally just walking in the door.
No problem. No problem.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm ready to glow.
Yes, so am I.
Yeah, can you see me well? Let's get all the lighting and all that
right.
good now.
Can you put the camera down a little more?
You want it down? I know you short in real life. Don't be trying to bring my height down.
I am sure. I really am. I'm 4'11", so listen, my camera is real low right now.
All right. Is this cool?
All right. I think this is good. This is a good angle. All right. So how you feeling today?
Man, you want me to answer the real question?
I want you to be real.
I'm exhausted, but I'm tired, but I'm inspired. Got a lot of new things going on, really in the mix of it. And like I said, I'm just ready to have a good time.
Yes. So you have a lot going on, and we're going to talk about all of it. And one thing I want to talk about right here, right now, I'm not even going to wait. I want to talk about it now.
All right, let me turn you up. Let me hear this. Let me hear this.
Turn me up. Let me turn you up. Okay, there we go.
Actually, hold on. You said we're going to be real.
Yeah.
I'm going to get more energy, right?
Okay.
But can I give you your roses first?
It's all about you.
For real. Because I don't think people know how we got to this point, to do this live. I just want to salute you, Queen. We've been seeing each other since Essence Festival, BET, NAACP, Image Awards. We was like, look.
Since I was in college.
DSU.
Yes, since Delaware State University.
Oh, man. So this is dope. I just had to get my little backstory. Plenty, we missed each other on some red carpets. We said, look, when we get it, we're going to get it in. So to do it on your new platform, I think that's even dope. But we're going to see each other. The red carpet's not going nowhere. But this is dope.
Yes, this interview has been a long time in the making. A couple years at least. But like you said, things going to happen when they're supposed to. So here we are.
Here we are.
So one thing that you have going on that's super, super amazing is that you got a partnership with iHeart.
Oh, man, listen.
You got a radio show or the radio station? What's going on?
Well, it's kind of both. It's a partnership, ownership, but I have 1&8 radio. Big salute to WDRB, and they be on iHeart. And, I mean, that's crazy. Look, we in the studio now. Look, can you see that? Look.
Yeah. Okay.
Look, I'm set
Still
up
working.
I get to kind of be like you, and I'm used to being on the other side. But when it was presented to me, I thought about the other parts of my movement that could benefit from this. I just birthed my record label, 1&8 Records as well. So I actually have other artists and stuff that I'm signing. So I thought about why not have a platform like that where, I can go ahead and make sure independent artists get their voice heard. I get to connect people to the international side of what I do. It's basically like the way I connect all the dots. I might just want to just talk straight heart to heart. You don't get to do that in the music so much, and I get to kind of put everything, even the poetry. I found myself this reminded me of when I was doing the acapella, when that was just to my heartbeat. I was rapping to my heartbeat. So it's dope. So far, so good. I'm loving it.
So what can we expect from this new iHeart partnership and your radio show that you have coming up?
Oh, man. First, I'm giving you the exclusive. The first show is going to be on Father's Day. Anybody that knows me, I'm a father first before artist, author, poet, and now radio show, host and owner. It's going to be on Father's Day. So I just submitted my first episode. It's going to be dope, man. People get to hear my daughter. hear my father, like that's somebody that nobody knows of, and he still had a good, impact on my life, and it's gonna be real. You're gonna laugh, cry, every emotion.
So you giving us a little bit of everything. We're going to hear music. We're going to learn about your family, your friends, your artists, everything.
My heart, my ideas, my thoughts. This first one definitely is going to be about family and stuff like that. I'm not going to, have my daughter on there every weekend. She don't even like the light. She likes glowing, but she likes doing her thing. So that part, you're just going to get a good organic part of me and my heart, get to hear from my pops, my daughter. But the rest is going to be real organic, man. It's going to be good music, heartfelt, good conversation. I look at this like a conversation. It's not even an interview. We just talking like we were doing. So that's what you're going to get.
Yeah, so let's talk about your daughter, because she is giving Reginae Carter a run for her money, okay? When it comes to supporting daddies.
Yeah.
Like, your daughter really be supporting you. Like, I'm like, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be right there. So just tell us a little bit about your relationship and how she gets into your music.
It was real organic. Like, we was taking, people know, long story short, I traveled 5 hours to get my daughter. She's been living in Virginia for 10 years now, and it was a hard thing, but one thing I always got us through is the music. So I was always traveling. If I wasn't on the road, I was trying to get her. So I would put on those instrumentals and just kind of let it take my mind away. I learned how to basically write in my head without having to be in the studio and having to use a pen and paper. And literally, that's how she learned it too. So by the time I'm recording this song in the booth, I'm looking in the back like, how you know that? But it's because I'm repeating it and repeating. It's like that was our nursery rhymes. Our nursery rhymes was our music, and that was our bond. That was like our secret language. Like, she can remember. She's a wordographic memory person like me too. So it started like that, and just I had to have her in all of my movement just to be able to spend time with her. I was trying to provide, and started off real humbly. So now it's just continue to grow. But you humble right now, because she don't really give me no much attention no more. I can't even. I post her on her page. Might be for a holiday, but our bond is like this. But now I'm letting her be a nice independent. I got a 14-year-old now. It's crazy.
Okay, she's 14 now.
She's 14, get ready to go to high school. So it's hitting me. I had her young, but it's hitting me now. But I let her really be her own. She had her own brand. Y'all go follow Lily Tumbles. But yeah, I'm just dad to her. She don't care about none of that other stuff.
Okay, so she get older. She like, you know what? You do you, and I'm gonna do me now.
Listen, I was happy to get her on the show. She was in my last video. She's there at the right times, but in general, I just let her go do her. When she need me, it's the same way. Daddy, I need you. I'm gonna always be there.
Yeah, so let's talk about fatherhood and just how it changed you, maybe. Because, a lot of men, once they get a baby, and especially a baby girl, life changes. They look at the world differently. So how did that impact you when you first had her?
It changed my life dramatically. It gave me something to live for. I was willing to die for what I believed in. I knew I was going to be somebody, but I was either going to be Adolf Hitler or Martin Luther King. It was going to be no in between, and my daughter kind of gave me that. You got somebody looking up to you. Go big, but, make sure you do it with integrity. Make sure you do it with it. Because, I'm in hip hop. I can put the money to my ear. I can throw it, and I'm not perfect, but I always try to, keep in my mind, my daughter watching, So I don't try to be no role model, just a real model parent that does real things,
Yeah. And so that's good. Now, last year, you just launched your record label, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what made you launch your record label? Were you kind of already helping artists out coming up, and you decided like, hey, let me just make this a record label and bring people up?
You got it. Coming from where I come from, especially, in Del State, Delaware wasn't a big microcosm for hip hop. So once I was able to make it professionally and be able to travel the world, I felt it was my duty to be able to help others help themselves. I always was doing the workshops ever since I did this professionally. When my daughter was turning 2 is when I walked out of my 9 to 5. And I knew other than entertainment, I wanted to have a purpose. So I was always doing workshops, helping young artists and poets and authors and writers, you know, help themselves with their dreams. So this label was just a way to evolve it. Like the same thing. I wish I could have did my summer camp this summer. They wanted to hold me to virtual this summer. But next year we in there when it comes to that. But that's why I wanted my workshops to matriculate to one big summer camp. And I wanted the label to be a way I could also help artists.
So how many artists do you have right now?
Only 2 right now.
Okay.
Only 2 right now.
They get all your love.
And we still got some paperwork and things, but hopefully they salute, and you know, big salute K-Sign, Yanni Music. It's a good eclectic mix. It's not just rappers, you know, and it's not just here in the States. I got international artists that I'm going to be, you know, bringing over here, and it's going to be a big movement.
Yeah, remember y'all, I said international. He's an international artist, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so you just talked about your camp. Is it 1 in a Million camp?
1 in A. Camp 1 in A. Okay,
camp 1 in A. So tell us about this camp. Who's it for? What do you do every summer?
Well, they got basketball camps and football camps and stuff like that. They didn't have any camps for young kids that wanted to be professional artists, you know, wanted to be a professional author, a professional poet, a professional artist, or just any form. Now, hey, a professional host, you know. So I will bring you in on that, things like that. That these are things we can exercise our voice, you know, community activists. However you want to use your voice. I'm gonna have professional singing coaches there, professional other artists there, performances, things like that. Just like a real camp that you can go to uniform your skills and, like I said, grow your brand. We're gonna have the marketing side. You know, a lot of people they just think it's all about, okay, if I got good talent. No, I want to bring it down to the things I learned in business class, you know, in marketing, social media. I just want to be able to have a hub like that where they can come and creators just create.
I love that, and that's well needed. I wish I had a camp like that when I was coming up.
Me too.
I would have been like, Mom, listen, I gotta go.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. So one thing I want to talk to you about is your poetry. I just like your music, like you really are a poet, Amillion the Poet. Yeah. Like when I hear your music, it's not like just hip hop or just a bunch of random words put together. Like it's a flow. Like you really have a flow, and you saying some meaningful and powerful things, and you put some of that into a book.
Yeah.
So what made you want to come out with a poetry book?
It's just what I like to do. I tell people if I sold pizza, I would be proud of it. Like that was my intro into hip hop. Hip hop always came easy to me, but poetry was the essence. That was before I had a beat, could afford one. And like I said, I was rapping to my heartbeat. And I was doing it ever since I was elementary. But I was hiding behind my basketball talent. I was hiding behind it. It got me into school. It got me overseas contract. But this was something I was doing. And then when I finally made it public, you know, then it kind of took off, and then I had to put the book out. But I was just doing the open mic circuit as a poet, and then the buzz just got kind of crazy. So I just compiled it, and I put it out. I just wanted something to where, I think my bookmark says, like, these are my life and death sentences, words that I live and inevitably would die by. And that's what time I was on. I was like, look, if I'm not going to be here no more, I want something that's going to live forever. You know, so I put that out. It became a bestseller. I did that for about 4 to 5 years, and then I met my broski Victory, and then we put out the project. But I didn't have a hot single first or a hot mixtape or the radio. Like I had a best-selling book, and then that was my voice into hip-hop.
Okay, so the book really came before everything.
It came before everything. That's why I don't change it. People like, how come it's not a million international artists? But I feel like, think about it. I'm a long-term thinker. When I'm 50, when I'm 40, do I want to be rapping? Probably not. You know, salute the Hove in them, but maybe every now and again. But all I know, how about this? When I'm 60, I don't want to be rapping. I know my poetry books and stuff, I'll be right back to that. It's an evolution. It wasn't a transition. It was literally, it just kept growing. So I still preserved the poetry for the, workshops and things of that nature, but the music kind of just took me around the world.
Yeah, so you have your hand in a little bit of everything. And I really love your connection to the community and just everything that you do. You already talked about the camp, but you also have a scholarship that you give out to students. So what made you want to come out with the scholarship?
You've been doing you see, that's why you're great at what you do. Because I was actually sad I couldn't do it this year when the pandemic hit. But it's definitely going to be back, Amillion the Poet scholarship. That's also a scholarship to anybody. It's as simple as all you got to do is write a rap, a poem, a song, or a jingle about why you want to go to school. And we pick based on the states and, different demographics. Right now it's 2 a year. I want to get up to 5. And I want to up it to 5,000. It's 2,500. And that's for in college, first year, and seniors in high schools going into college.
All right, so if you in college or you know somebody, make sure you get this info. Where can they go to apply?
Well, when that gets it back, it'll be out at the beginning of the school year next year. All Delaware schools for now. I want to extend it though, because I'm also in Pennsylvania, DC area as well. So we're gonna keep making it bigger and bigger, better and better.
Okay, so make sure y'all follow him so y'all can stay tuned for when that announcement drops. Where was a person like you when we were younger? Like,
big me, you know what I mean? But I'm just glad that those who were around contributed in their own way. It might have been that hustle on the block. I might not have, sold the same product, but I learned that same hustle and applied it. You know what I mean? It might have been that teacher. I still know I wanted to help people help themselves no matter what I did. All the people around me still made $1 million,
So, how did you piece all of this together? So you started out doing the poetry book. So you obviously figured out, okay, I'm good at poems. Like, what made you say, I'm good at poetry, let me do a book, maybe I should do music? Then you got the community. Like, what made you say, okay, this is my path that I need to pursue?
To be honest, I was going to just do whatever I loved and hope people loved. They just so happened to love it, but I was going to do it regardless. This was really just the way I exercised my voice. I wanted to maximize the potential of my voice. Even when I was a ball player, I didn't want to just be a ball player. I still knew I was going to do this. I wanted to be like a Muhammad Ali or a Colin Kaepernick. I just wanted to use my platform to exercise my voice. It just so happened when my daughter was born, I said, nope, I got to be there for my daughter. I didn't have my father growing up in the beginning stages, so I had to be there. And I just started from ground zero, just the humble route, the prisons, the schools, the shelters. So it just kind of just naturally grew. I knew kind of like, if they feeling me without seeing me, if they feeling me without the beat, oh, it's over. Because mine's always, like I said, I was always rapping to my heartbeat. So it always had it always had a flow. You know what I mean? And when I met Victory, big salute to my broski Kingsley. He in the interview.
Okay.
Yeah, my broski, he passed away. It's been 5 years now. So when he passed away was right when I first got my overseas tour. Actually, wasn't even overseas yet. It was the West Coast tour. And he had passed away. But he was the one who basically was like, look, Mill, you killing the books, you going to do your thing. Let's put this project out and just trust me. I got a feeling like you the one from Delaware that can take this all over the map, all over the world. I was like, man, I don't know. We're going to see, because I didn't like the politics of the game. But the one thing I understood in business, whatever I did, I was going to own it. So when I did it that way and we put it out, first music video, MTV, BET, was crazy, and I just never looked back. I just, but big salute to Victory. He was the one who kind of was like, look, Mill, let's put out this project. Let's just see what it do. I got a feeling. And he called it right. He predicted it. So big salute to Victory. That's my musical broski. That's kind of what gave me that extra push to keep evolving.
Yeah, we always need at least that one friend in our corner that's gonna believe in us and speak up for us when we can't.
Yeah, you gotta keep evolving.
Yeah.
You gotta keep evolving. And I mean, look what we now radio, like it's just to me it's an organic evolution.
So what year did you actually start rapping or putting out music?
Professionally, like seriously, it was 6 years ago.
Okay.
6 years ago was when I put out official project. I had, you're the cafeteria, I always could spit, always had a way with words. And that was like my gift very early on. They told me I just always had a way with words. My dad was a slick talker. My mom was a poet. She was an actress.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Before she was at Delaware State, administration office, that's what she did. And she kind of put that to the side for me when we moved to Delaware. So to me, it was like my birthright to write and then perform.
Yeah, and shout out to your mom. She is amazing. She's fun to be around. Listen, if you ever meet Amillion's mother, she's one of those people where you meet them one time and you remember them for a lifetime.
No, one time you put the one up.
One time.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's so funny. The moment you mention her, somebody that worked under her at the school joined the live. So what's up, Portia?
I don't get to see who's on here really like that. Okay, I see. Yeah. But big salute, man. My mama, that's my baby. It's gonna be Father's Day, but my Mom Dukes held it down.
Yeah, definitely
held it down.
So you decided, hey, I'm doing this rap thing.
Yeah.
What made you say, you know what? A lot of people don't know this, but you actually had an opportunity to play overseas.
Yeah.
So. What made you not go overseas? Was it your daughter being born?
Yeah, it was my daughter.
Okay.
I found out 2 weeks after the contract she was being born, and it was kind of a no-brainer. Like I didn't even think. People was like, "How you leave that money?" But it wasn't even about that. Like I said, my father, he was doing some time and was going through his own struggles, and he wasn't in my life. And that was something I always promised myself. You know what I mean? I always promised myself, like, I wanted to be a hands-on father. Like, not just there, like, I wanted to be there. And so that's probably why I bond so strong, because, like, we literally it was one-on-one a lot of times, So, but yeah, it was my daughter. And just the fact that I achieved it. Because I had a tough road in basketball. I actually had to go to junior college before I got a scholarship. You know what I mean? I was Delaware, all state, but it wasn't IG out back then and all that stuff. So you had to be kind of found late. And I didn't get top 100 till like after, Nike camps and all of that. So I had a tough road. So when I got with my guy, Tommy Vaughn, big salute to him. He's still the same fan and supporter in my music and career and fatherhood. Agent, we started touring and I got that contract. So it was kind of like validation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only reason I was able to walk away too, because I got the validation.
Yes. And so you went the independent route. And I feel like for so many independent artists, they have a lot of great opportunities that come along. There be some good things. But I feel like your path, as far as being an independent artist, has like skyrocketed. And you have accomplished so much on your own.
Thank you.
So how did you get to BT to I'm seeing you, I'm like, oh, he's supposed to be here, he's supposed to be walking the red carpet. Featured on so many stages.
First, glory to God. A lot of faith was put in there and a lot of work behind the scenes. Like, one thing about it is not just saying independent, because I tell people you still got to have professional people in your corner and on your team. You just have to independently have people in a position to do certain things that a machine is going to do. So, I've always had, a publicist, a lawyer coming in there, handling my business, owning everything that I did, learning how to trademark, copyrights, all of that. So without that knowledge, sometimes independence is not for everybody. You got to have an independent hustle. And I was always, like, I came from some real thoroughbred hustlers. So it's like after I pray hard, I go hard and get it. So before international, before all of this, like I touched every part of this state. And then it was every part of the East Coast, and then the West Coast, and then down south. Unless you're willing to do that before you see some of those lights, I don't know. But for me, I did all those things before one BET saw me, and one MTV saw me, you know what I mean? And I also was willing to invest in myself. Like I put a lot of money in myself. I lost a lot of things before I won a lot of things. Like I always tell people, like my first MTV video, when it was on MTV, I couldn't even afford my cable bill to watch it. And that's real to me. I don't care who laugh about it. For me, I put my last dollar on it. Everybody say, "Oh, you made it." I was like, "Yeah, my bill ain't even on whatever." We closer, you know. Mm-hmm. So it's not one answer I could say, but a combination of God, hard work, dedication, you know, a small team, consistency, and just being willing to put the house. I bet the house on myself. I lost a house before I got a house. You understand what I'm saying? Because of this game.
So let me ask you this. So you've been recognized by a lot of big companies. You've gotten a lot of awards, including the key to the city. Okay, you ain't doing it big till you get the key to your city. Okay,
that's funny. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So for you, what accomplishment did you get where you was like, okay, I think I made it?
Made it?
Yeah.
Man, it's so many small wins, but what sticks out in my head was definitely the key. People don't know I got 2 keys too. I just don't. To me, community is something you're supposed to do. So it's not something I like. It's hard for me to take a community compliment because I'm like, you're supposed to do that. Like, you know what I mean? You're supposed to give back. Like, that's not a title. I don't even call me community activist no more. Just I'm active in my community and I use all my platforms. But I would say, I think we spoke with my mom, helping my mom close on her house. That to me, that was like when I said, man, yeah, this is different. I remember that. I remember my first overseas tour to London. You know, to keep it real, I went over there. I got booked for 1 show. It barely paid for my way back. I basically broke even. But okay. I wasn't afraid. I went out there. I let my heart hang out. And by the time I left to come back, I already had 3 booked for the next year. Came back the next year, already had 6 booked, and it was all sold out when I came back the next year. Like it was everything was always that organics. I took the steps. Matter of fact, I took the escalator. I say the escalator.
The escalator.
I took the escalator. I definitely didn't take the elevator, but I took the escalator because I started a little later, but I kind of had a plan, so I was able to, elevate.
Yeah. And I think that's key to anybody watching, whether it's music or anything. Have a plan. Because, I mean, you said you've been professionally rapping for 6 years. Like, the amount that you've been able to do and on your own. I mean, you have a team. You say you got a team. People support you, making sure our business is good. But still to not have a big company, a record label backing you, you have done amazing. So have a plan, y'all, because he is proof that a plan will work out for you.
Man, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I ain't gonna lie, because it's a couple tough nights. I was like, hold on, is this the right thing? Because those deals been on the table for the last 4 years. But every time I saw that deal, especially that Epic deal, the one that was publicized, like they was going to offer me the first ever book and record deal. That's when I knew I had something special. So I said, if they was willing to offer that, all right, let me see what I could do for myself. And when I came back, it got bigger and bigger. It's not to say I won't sign, but now you're just going to have to be a partnership. You see what I'm saying? Hey, we're going partnership. You're going to have to sign one of their records too. That's what we talking now.
And it's possible because a lot of record labels are doing it. So
it's going down. It's going down. You ain't going to talk too much. We ain't gonna talk too much. It's going down though.
Okay. Hold on.
It's,
you act like something in motion right now.
Man, it's always in poetry, always been in motion. You dig?
That ain't what I'm talking about.
It's always the next move, best move. We've been playing chess.
Okay. So we need to stick real close to your Instagram. Yes. So if y'all have any questions, drop them in the comments.
I can't see nobody on the.
You can't see none of the comments.
Okay, let me scroll. I'm scrolling down. I see a lot of joy. Let's get some real questions. Let's go.
Yes, we have any audience questions, drop them in the chat. This is your chance to ask Amillion anything you want. You
gotta make sure you record this one too. You gotta save this. I'm gonna get this.
Yes, I'm gonna definitely save this. So tell me this: what's one piece of advice you would give to a up and coming artist?
Be yourself. A lot of times people try to be the next thing and the next thing, and that's not gonna last in the industry. Actually being yourself, I always say, like, once you find yourself, define yourself. Like, that's what makes you, like, one in they for real is for everybody, only because you got a different one in there in you. It's something you already know, but it's something that you do that's priceless. It's one in a million. You know, something that can't nobody do the way you do or how you do it. So once you find that, you define it. And you good. Like, I get it all the time. They be like, oh, but I work at Pizza Hut. How they going? I'm like, see, you different. Like, I'm different. My logo would have had a little domino pizza sign in it. And I would have told you my story was every time I delivered something, I gave you my mixtape or key card.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have been my grind. That would have made me different. I would have walked like, oh, that's the domino rap. Yup. Knowing me, I probably would have called corporate a domino. Look, I'm giving too much game now. Look, I would have called corporation. Be like, listen, I'm trying to do a jingle. I support you.
Come on now.
So it's not too many stories, and you're gonna be able to give me that I wouldn't be able to turn into history. Like, for real. Like, honestly. So I think the most important thing is to find yourself, and the other part is just be willing to go through the nightmares and make your dreams come true. I always say it, but I gotta be transparent. Like I said, I'm on my 4th house, but I lost my first one, like, literally, like, townhouse gone, trying to keep this dream alive. And a lot of people, I was in a lot of press, but it wasn't paying me enough to keep up with some of the bills, you know. And I had to make a tough decision between, hey, maybe go get some fast money. And I looked in my daughter's eyes, and I looked at, like, deep in my soul, and was like, nah, man, I got something that's worth it. Just hold on. And by the end of that year, boom, got a bigger one. You know what I mean? But I think he was testing my faith. He's like, let me see if you really want this dream. So I'll be asking people, I know you rap good or do what you do good, but would you be willing to lose this? Would you put your last dollar on this or that designer? That's a real question. So I hope they asking us some questions, but that's a question I ask anybody. If you're willing to do that, if you're willing to go through the nightmares, you're going to make it. Promise you. You're going to make it. You're going to make it.
Listen, Amillion is dropping jewels in here. Yes, somebody did comment some jewels. Yes. So make sure y'all share this live with y'all friends. Get more people in here. If y'all have any questions, be sure to drop them right now, and I will ask him. Now, throughout this interview,
Brenda Farmer. Hey, big salute.
Yes, she worked for her.
Big salute. Confidently Charmed, 1&8 Facts. That's my sister's new brand. Look, Mood Music in the building. This is going to be one of my artists and producers. Who else we got here? Let me see.
So one thing that you have been mentioning this whole entire interview is God. And the Link Entertainment, one thing that sets us apart is we don't just talk about rap and music and we don't go into reality. We talk about Jesus, okay?
There we go.
So let's just talk about your religion and just your relationship with God and how important is that in your life?
God is the most important. I'm more spiritual. I got to say I'm more spiritual than religious. So I don't get into You know, I've been exposed to a lot of different denominations and a lot of different, and I just learn and I take whatever I can take and learn and apply. When it gets holier than thou, I leave it over to the side and keep my relationship between me and God. So let me say that first. And for me, that's my Heavenly Father. When my father wasn't there, that's really the only thing that I had to have faith and believing in what you couldn't see. So that's why it's so important to me. You know, God, that's my Heavenly Father. So I talk to him. I call him OG, like G-O-D. What up, OG? I talk to him just like that.
Yes.
And to me, it's just something that I always wanted between whatever I do. You know, every relationship.
And you said something really, really important. You say, you know, you've been exposed to different denominations, and you know, denominations, some people got their own little thing that they do. And it's in Christianity, it's very important to do what the Bible say and not what man say.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You gotta know the difference. If somebody say something, you better look it up in the scripture.
Right.
Is it there?
Right. And then you gotta also understand, just like beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so is perception.
Yeah.
You know? So it's always good to have an open mind, be understanding. Like I said, as long as it doesn't get holier than thou, I'm always listening. I'm always learning. I'm a sponge. But I've learned, I'm not going to lie, I've learned things from the Quran just as much as the Bible. You know, so as long as you keep God first, that's most important to me. Because sometimes I think separatism is just as big as racism. I think it's meant to divide and conquer us, you know. And I never fall victim to that, you know. I never look at that brother like, oh, I should listen to you because they... No, God first. Don't question nothing after that.
Definitely. It looks like we got our first question.
About time.
Yes.
Watch how many questions be when we post this on our main page.
I know, right?
It's all good.
So Portia says, when you encounter multiple opportunities, how do you discern which opportunities are more worth your while?
I'm a heart person. I've been in my mind a while ago when I realized in life 1 + 1 don't always equal 2. So I'm a heartfelt person. So I always follow my heart. So my decision is always more about not good and bad. It's more about like right and righteous, great or good. I'm obsessed with greatness. So I just try to, you know, make the greatest decision.
All right. I hope that answers your question, Portia.
I hope so.
Yes.
Well, she said multiple opportunities. So I guess, okay. Yeah, I go with my heart. I don't even question it. I'm being honest with you. I go with my heart.
All right. Go with your heart, Portia. You got this. So last year we were all faced with this global pandemic, hit us upside the head. We didn't see it coming. So how did the pandemic affect you, your life, and your music career?
Sheesh. It shifted it. The initial shift was a shock. You know, initially I lost 6 countries. I was going through it because that was the bulk of the income for me was touring. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do now? Kind of what we doing now. I learned this virtual. I made a lot of my workshops virtual. That was a good thing. I put out a project, COVID 1&A, where I still connected with artists in LA, artists overseas, and put out this project to the world to, you know, be able to heal you. It was 6 feet distance, but I can get through you through that speaker. So it was a way to heal people and heal myself and still get that feeling that I get back when I give my energy. You know what I mean? So it was that project, COVID 1&A. It was virtual transitioning. It was learning. I lost a lot of people. You know, RP to my Uncle Joe, Mark Harmon, Michelle, like just it's lost a lot of people, you know, during that process. And I always say when you lose people, you gain angels. So I had a whole new perspective to life and appreciating it. And I think that's about it. Like just on a personal level, on a business level, how to adjust. You know, you had to work harder instead of smart instead of harder. You know, diversify my hustle. And now to the point where we're going to keep these things rolling. You still want to utilize virtual things when you can. You know, so we COVID proof now. I built my studio. My studio is fully utilized. You know, I still got an outside studio, but to be able to have it at home, I did this for, you know, COVID won't stop me no more.
Okay, so you built all that in your house?
Yeah. This room was just an extra room in my house. I just got this house about a year ago, you know, in the mix, because I was going through that during the COVID too.
Okay. So did you just got your house last year?
Yep, last year.
Okay. Well, congratulations. That's a big accomplishment.
Thank you. So, you know, we got some acres, you know, got a lot of blessings, and I took this room and I put a lot of work into it. I don't know if you can see it here, but, you know, we got
yeah, give me a little tour. Boom.
Yeah, we in there. Big salute to my engineer, Rocco, though. I still send my stuff through him. I still have an outside engineer, but now when you can record and then send it, it makes the process a lot easier. You know?
Yeah, shout out to all the engineers and producers. Y'all got to get that credit too.
Yeah, definitely, man. Producers. Oh man, they can listen. If I name one, I'm gonna be in trouble. I ain't even gonna. All my producers. Salute to my engineer. Salute the team one in there. Salute to everybody on this live. You know, salute to DSU. Let me interview you. Let me get 1 or 2 questions because I want to know when your next red carpet. Are you? You know, they just opened back up BET Awards. You gonna be out there this year?
I don't know if I'm gonna be at the BET Awards. They just opened the application, and I just applied right before I got on here. So.
Oh, see, look, we're gonna rub it together. We're gonna rub it together.
So
we're gonna throw that one in the air.
Yeah. So it's next week. So we'll see. But it's a lot of award shows at the end of this summer. So we'll see. Hopefully, I see you there.
Definitely. I wonder if did you hear anything about Essence yet?
I didn't.
Okay, I'm hoping to hear some from them as well. Like I said, I just been working hard, grinding. You know, check out. I got a new cover coming out this Sunday.
Okay.
Check that out, and then it's I'll leak it. It's got a Mogul magazine coming out too. That's gonna be big. That's gonna be.
Hold on. You got a magazine coming out.
No, not my magazine. I'm on the cover of the magazine.
That's so big.
Oh yeah. This is just as big as for the business side, like the Forbes article that I had. So I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, the business is 75% of this game.
Yeah.
It's only really 25% of the talent, which is, you know, I don't like that, but you definitely gotta learn the business. Yeah,
so I think this is cover year for you because I saw you on a cover of another magazine earlier.
Big salute, Empowering Magazine. Man, listen, I don't know what they saying, but you know, I'm gonna take it.
They see the talent. They see the anointing. Okay.
There we go. I'm gonna let you say it. If I say it, they ain't gonna.
They gonna be like, oh, he cocky.
Yeah, right. See. Oh, glory to God. Listen, whatever they see, I appreciate them.
Listen,
big salute to Kish Magazine. Who else, man? It's been a good. We outside.
For real.
Yeah, we outside now. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we got another question.
Okay.
All right, they said, what type of artist are you looking for to join 1&8 Records?
I don't like types.
Okay.
Like, you can't box me in. It's international for a reason. You know, I like heartfelt music and stuff like that, but I got so many different vibes, so it's no type. I want a great artist, you know, a great creator. You know, right now, check out K-Sign's Sometimes Never. Check out that video. You know, you'll see R&B at his finest. He reminds me of like a kind of like a Case mixed with a new what's his name? what's his name? Oh my goodness. See, look, that's how into my artists I am. I don't even be remembering these other guys. He just killed it. Who's covered it? He's Bryson Tiller. He reminds me of like a Bryson Tiller / 90s Case vibe. So go ahead and check out Case Miller. That new video is out right now.
All right. Somebody else said they're working on their streams, and they wanted to know if you did anything to boost your streaming. So can you give any advice on that?
I'm going to be honest. That was one of my weaker categories that I am taking very much more serious now. So my COVID 1&8 Deluxe, that got almost to a million. I was at what is it, 500,000 on all platforms. I want to get over 1 million. I got to get my name. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the game that I'm learning as I'm going along and growing along. But it's the first part of a problem, you got to admit it. So that was one of my weaker muscles. So I'm in the gym every day with that. But as far as what do they want? Spotify, they said? Spotify is all about playlisting. Spotify is all about playlisting. You can send that link all day, but it's about those playlistings and getting in those big hubs where a lot of these extra views can happen.
So when you say playlisting, you mean when somebody puts together a playlist and your song is a part of that playlist?
Well, that's a small bonus, but playlisting meaning like if I go on to Spotify right now and I type in R&B, there are R&B playlists that get millions and millions of streams. It's about submitting to those. Actually, my assistant was on a phone call with one of these agencies that I can't even remember, but there was a national agency. It just happened in conversation. You know, they got music playing while you on call waiting. And she was like, what is that? They're like, oh, that's our playlist on Spotify. These people was getting millions of views. Hey, listen, my boss is an artist. It was as simple as that. They put that song, Canada Flow, on that playlist and it shot up.
Wow.
You know? So, definitely.
Yo, it's free jewels. Like, free jewels all in this chat right now.
And like I said, these are things that I'm applying. You know, one thing about me, I'm a sponge too. You got to still be a student at the same time.
Yes. They said thank you.
Oh, no doubt.
I think that definitely helped them out a lot.
No doubt.
So I know we're going to have to wrap this video up soon. Wrap this live.
I'm getting a little hungry.
Right?
Amillion the Poet, sometimes never. I'm going to see if I can get that song on. I'm listening.
All right. So I just want to talk to you about your music. What new music do you have coming up? Okay. Do you have a new album? You just told us about a new cover you got.
Okay.
So I want to hear about what you got coming up.
You want all the exclusives, man.
I want everything.
All right. I'll give you one. I just got back. I'm not sure if you saw St. Thomas. I just got back from out there. I got a big performance, get ready to go back out there. Yeah, it was on the front cover of the St. Thomas and the Virgin Islands. I was out the Virgin Islands.
I told you, this is cover gear for him.
But I got some new vibes out there. I was just catching it. Wherever I go, it's always so like I got a Canada flow, a Tupac flow. Big salute. It was just his birthday yesterday. One of the greatest poets of all time. What else? What other flows I got? Anyway, we're working on this island flow. You know, COVID 1&8 was dope, but I feel like we outside now. So I'm ready to get back into the clubs and into that groove and having a little fun. So I'm gonna put out something called Island Flow. Okay. And it's gonna have a lot of different vibes and you know, more spicy energy. Like I said, COVID 1&8 was a conceptual project. You know what I mean? This is gonna be like outside, literally. You know, so look forward to that. And also, like I said, Sometimes Never is out now. I think Yanni got a new project out right now. Yanni Mood Music. What else I got coming out? Look for a My Life single coming out because I had to get used to the radio intro. So I was like, why not have my own intro? So I already had My Life that was supposed to be for a docuseries, reality show. So that song I'm about to put out literally now, and it'll be out probably next week. So we're going to go from that single to, like I said, Island Flow. We outside.
Okay. I'm excited to hear that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let everybody know where they can find you, where they can find your music, how they can follow you, and just keep up with everything that you have going on.
Everything Amillion the Poet, all social networks, AmillionThePoet.com, Amillion the Poet on YouTube, Million One and A on Twitter. That's the only thing different because somebody hacked my Twitter. So I got to start back over with my Twitter. Need to get in touch with them. But Amillion One and A on Twitter. And everything else is Amillion the Poet. And when you following your dreams, we're going to meet up somehow, some way.
All right. Amen to that. All right. Anything else you want to leave us with?
Man, I just hope everybody has a blessed weekend. Please, you know, what I always say, next move, best move.
Right.
Keep glowing.
Keep glowing.
Hey, chill. Like I said, this was a long time coming, and I look forward to doing this on the red carpets, and I'm proud of you. Just keep glowing, Queen, and especially with the ownership part of what you do.
Yes, thank you, King. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for doing this, for let's finally getting this interview together because we've been missing each other.
Yeah. It's always on time, though.
Yes, always on time.
Is always on time.
Yeah, so thank you so much. Make sure you guys check in with Amillion the Poet. Listen, he got everything from books, music, scholarships. If you need a college scholarship, go follow him. He got something for y'all next year. He got everything. So stay tuned with him. Make sure you continue to follow the Link Entertainment, the Link ENT. Follow us so you can stay up to date with everything Amillion has going on and get your entertainment news and, you know, stay in touch with Jesus and, you know, how he can save your life.
Thank you. Thank you. Big salute. Yes, I see you, London. I appreciate everybody, too. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let's go.
All right. Have a good one.